Okay, can you see? Hold on, let me get logged in. Just bear with me. I'm live on here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hold up. Trying to test this out. Let me see here. All right. I just wanted to get on here and talk about the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra and the Z Fold 8 Wide. We all know Samsung Unpacked event is next Wednesday. So let's gear up for it. Say hey to the chat. Let's get into this. If you want to, what did I do? Make it bigger. Uh, you can come watch if you want to. I know it's late. Like I said, I do these at the last minute just because I want to get on, and that's just how I do it. I need to get a little bit better at how I do these, but it is what it is. Okay, there we go. Can y'all hear me? I got BG. I got phone tech at work. What are you guys' thoughts on the Unpacked event with Samsung coming out with these new devices? What are y'all thoughts? Let me know. What are y'all thoughts? Let me know. Let me know. We can have a little chit chat real quick if that's something y'all want to do. I'm excited, even if I can't get my hands on something. I am excited, to see that they're coming out with a wide device. Like I said, I do hate that they are coming out with the Z Fold 8 Ultra having the better battery life when I could have waited to try to get that, but it is what it is. There, sometimes you do things too fast in the tech world, and what happened? Hold on, y'all. And you lose sight of what goes on. Hold on. All right, sorry about that. This thing is giving me all kind of trouble. Let me go to the chat this way. He said, "What's the rumors? He haven't seen much. It's just that Z Fold 8 Ultra is supposed to have a 5,000 milliamp battery, and they're coming out with the wide now, so everybody can have their choice of devices." Let me get back into YouTube. I don't know what happened. Hold on. All right, there we go. My bad, y'all. My bad. I'm learning this stuff as I go. All right, there we go. There we go. But yeah, not I don't I really haven't heard too much about the wide, only because that is not what I would be interested in, even though it's nice. I don't want to go backwards. I feel like the wide is going backwards because you had other companies already coming out with that, like your Google did it, where they had that passport style look and feel, and now Samsung wants to do their passport style look and feel, which I feel like they're going backwards in the tech what a game when they're making these devices instead of going forward. But we all know how that is. We all know how that goes. And, you know, Samsung is gonna do what they wanna do when they wanna do it. It's either you're with it or you're not. And if you're gonna buy it, you're gonna buy it. If you're not, you're not. You just gotta keep it moving. I just wish I would have held on to my six and then waited and got the eight, because it's like they slapping me in the face like, hey, you should have waited. Now we coming out with something that you guys always been asking for, the battery. So that's just how I feel about it. And some of the colors are nicer this year that they are coming up with. So if you're out there and you want different colors, this might be the year for you to upgrade. But I was telling people, if they were out there looking for a folding device as of right now, don't go order the Z Fold 7. Just wait and get the Z Fold 8 Ultra, because you're going to get that 5,000 milliamp battery. So it's just up to what people want to do and what their money can afford. Now, if you have a Z Fold 7 and you can get a trade in, a good deal, go on and do that. But some people can't do that or don't want to go that route. I wish I could, but my money kind of tight, so I probably won't get nothing unless I can trade this in and get hardly nothing for it, which I doubt, because they're going up $100 on the Z Fold 8 Ultra. What we hear from last year, so they're getting even more expensive. I mean, but that's to be expected. I'm not gonna. You can't really complain too much about that when it's a folding phone. Yes, they can give us more and more things that we asked for in the first place, but it is what it is when it's a folding device. You gotta pay to play, and that's just how it is with the world today, and with the cell phone companies, cell phone brands. I mean, you gotta pay to play. So if you want it, you want it. If you don't, you don't. But that's why I like that Samsung. I know a lot of companies give you access to trade-in devices, but I just love the way Samsung does it, because they take off the price. They take off some of the price right then and there, and you don't have to worry about trying to buy the phone full price, and then later on, when you get the phone, they give you a refund. I'd rather them take the price out first and make the phone be a lot cheaper and not worry about that at the end, because not a lot of people have that kind of money to just shell out on the device in the first place. So I like the way that they run their business when it comes to trade-ins. Now lately their trade-ins have been kind of whack, but other than that, I like how they go about doing it, because everyone else, you have to pay the full price, and then when you finally get the device, then they give you a then they give you the refund. I don't know how you guys like it. I don't know if you like it the way Samsung does it, or do you like it how other companies do it. Let me share this out. So come on, y'all. Let's talk about it. If you're interested, come on through. Like I said, I know this is late and at the last minute, but I guess I'll learn one day how to do this the right way. This was the video that I was clearly gonna make, but I recorded it and then found out that I was recording with no sound. So I was like, heck, let's just try to make a live and keep it moving. So, if a lot of people come on, good. If that many people cannot make it, that is okay, because I didn't give any kind of update on this live. But I am all about trying to make my channel better. My setup is what it is. I wish it was a little better than what it is, but you got to work with what you have. And this is what I have. This is what I'm going to try to work with to get everything up and running. But let me go look up something real quick here about the phone. Samsung Z Fold 8 Ultra. I pretty much just know about the better battery it's supposed to have. We all know it's going to have the latest, the new Snapdragon. It's going to have the Snapdragon 8 Elite processor. Supposed to be 12 gigs of RAM to 16 gigs of RAM. Like I said, your cameras is rumored to be the 50 megapixel dual triple rear camera setup. So you pretty much getting everything that you were getting with the old Z Fold 7 body wise, but the internals are supposed to be a tad bit different. What's up, 10-minute tech? Haven't seen you in a minute. Uh, so you're gonna have the same camera, so on and so on, with the Z Fold 8 Ultra. I don't understand them calling it the Ultra because there's nothing ultra about it to me. They have not been making enough foldables to me to call something ultra. But I think they're only doing that because they have the wide. They want to keep them separate. Let's look up the wide real quick, because I don't really know too much about the wide, and that's what I'm interested in knowing, even if I'm unable to get it. That is what I'm kind of interested in, to see how that would look in people's hands. He said he just likes that the cases will fit a Z Fold 7. True. So if you get that device, you can use the cases, no problem. You can use the screen protector, because I seen Jay Will today, one of his videos, he has a dummy unit and he put the screen protector housing from Banks on his Z Fold 7, and it fits. So you don't have to worry about going out and getting more cases and screen protectors for your Z Fold 8 Ultra if you already have a Z Fold 7. You are going to be good to go there. So that's a good thing, because they usually make a device and change up everything, and then you have to go buy a whole bunch of cases, so on and so on. Okay, so this is the wide. This is what it is. They're calling the wide the standard version, because it's going to be shorter passport style shape and a wider cover screen. It against the taller, it competes with the taller, narrow Z Fold 8 Ultra. So it just all depends on what you prefer, which I'm glad, they came out with something different. So, because there's people out there that wanted to get the Z Fold 7, but they didn't want the form factor of the Z Fold 7. So this is perfect for people that want to get the Fold 8, but they don't want the Ultra, the longer size. They want the passport size, so that's good. He said, 10-minute text said he reached out to Poetic. They sent me their new cases and it's fire for my seventh last release. Nice. Oh, what's up, Tech for your knees? Haven't seen you in a minute. So that's good. You get choices. I just feel like Samsung should back off just a tad bit. Maybe do the fold every other year so people can save money to try to get these devices if they really, really want them, and like me. So I can save some money and get it. One year they come out with something and next year they don't. One year, instead of just keep coming out with a new phone every year, every year. I know they have to make their money, but I don't know. It just hurts some people because they can't get it like that. So, and of course, these are going to be pricey. And then the storage variant, whatever storage variant you get, it's gonna go up, up, and up. But hopefully they give you guys the trade in to where you can get the higher storage for the original price. I did go and reserve. I always do, even if I don't decide to get anything. I always go and reserve because after the event is over or while it's going on, I do like to go on there and see the trade ins because you never know. I could trade in something. It just if the price is right and if I feel like doing that, I can. But this year I'm not going into doing that. But if I do, I do, and if I don't, I don't. But like I said, I always do the reserve because you can't. It ain't hurting anything. You don't have to buy it right then and there. It's just to reserve. Yeah, keeping up with the Joneses, yes, it will leave you broke. That's why I kind of stopped. I do like the devices, but I try to get them when I can. And when I can't, I can't. Just like I said, I made a big mistake. I should have just kept my Z Fold 6 instead of trying to rush out there and get the 7 because of the design. That's why I got to 7. I was like, oh, I like that it's thinner, instead of thinking, oh, since they changed the design, the Z Fold 8 is going to have that exact same design, maybe with better battery. But sometimes they make these devices and sometimes they don't give you that good battery until later on in the year. So it is what it is. That's just like with your Z Fold 6. Z Fold 6, Z Fold 7 still has the same battery. They changed the design and the feel and made it thinner, made the outside wider, but you still had that same battery. But if I would have kept my Z Fold 6, then I would be able to get a Z Fold 8 for sure because I could trade it in and get that thinner size still, but also still get access to having that 5,000 milliamp battery, which I just really wish they would have put that in the Z Fold 7. If they would have put that in the Z Fold 7, I wouldn't have no need to get another fold. Not at least not this one factor. But it is what it is. No phone is perfect. So the aspect ratio of this device, of the wide, it says the inner screen opens to a landscape of 9.7 ratio, which eliminates most black bars on the widescreen video content. And that's what a lot of people want. They want a device that does not show a lot of black bars when they're watching content. It really doesn't bother me, but to each his own. And then with the shorter wide 5.4-inch cover screen and a 7.6-inch inner screen in contrast. So that's not bad. We all, that's not bad. To each his own. People like what they like. And then the wide, but the downfall about the wide is you're only getting two cameras. So you're supposed to get a 50 megapixel camera, and then the 2000 megapixel main camera, 250 main, and then and then one 2000 mini camera. So that's not too bad, I guess. Instead of getting three cameras, you're getting two on the back. So that's the downfall. The battery for the wide is supposed to be a 4,800 milliamp battery, while the ultra will house the larger 5,000 milliamp battery. And then that says they both will charge at 45-watt wireless charging. It says the S Pen stylus is expected to be an exclusive feature to the ultra. with the wide model S Pen digitizer support, but we don't know about that for sure. I haven't heard them say anything about the S Pen, so I wouldn't I wouldn't believe that. But a lot of people are excited for the wide because of the aspect ratio. Let me see if I can find a picture of the Z Fold wide of what it's supposed to look like. And then I do know people are talking about that the crease is gotten a little bit better with the Z Fold 8 Ultra, which the Z Fold 7 crease is not too bad. Once you start using a device, it's like it's not even there. Sometimes you feel it, sometimes you don't, but it is what it is. So it's supposed to kind of look like this. I guess this is the official looks. Uh-oh, hold on. Let's go back to it real quick. So this is what if anybody hasn't seen it, which I'm sure a lot of people seen it because a lot of you are on the internet just like me, but that is pretty much what your wide is going to look like. You can see that. But I've had a passport style um, fold, which was my very first fold, was the Google Pixel fold. So when Google Pixel made theirs, so I know what a passport looks like. As you can see, that's what it's supposed to look like. Squared off that two camera. I don't know. I don't like the way those cameras look, but that's just me and my thoughts. Everybody have their own thoughts and opinions on different devices, but overall, I don't know if I'll watch the event because the events are pretty boring to me. I'll just be ready to go see what they have to offer. Of course, you can get the flip, but I'm not interested in the flip, so I didn't put that on the title. But you get the new watch and also so on and so on. But it'll be interesting to see what these really look like and how they feel in hand and so on and so on. But like I said, the Z Fold 8 Ultra is just a repeat of this, just getting a bigger battery and a better chipset, pretty much. Because I don't really know anything else really internal that's changing. Because the outside, everything is supposed to match up, especially if you can use the same cases and screen protectors. They're not doing any changes. I guess they like this look, style, and feel. They're just gonna, I hope, progress and make it better with years to come. I hope. But my thing is, excuse me, I don't know what more you can do with a folding device. Like, what more can you do? What more can you give us in a folding device before you're like, we need to stop making this device and focus on making a different folding device. Like maybe next year they need to like back off making the folds, the this style fold, candy bar style fold, and maybe focus on the passport style fold a little bit more because you can only do so much with the phone in anyway. You can only do so much, and instead of them going backwards, these are supposed to be upgrades. You're supposed to be moving up. But I feel like a lot of these tech phone companies, phone brands, I mean, are moving backwards because like it's like their innovation they're losing innovation, and that's why I hate that. I hate and miss LG because they were innovative. You know, they thought outside the box when it came to different devices. Whether we thought it worked good or not, it was still cool to have something different. You know, we started going to okay first we were doing flat screen displays, then they did the curve, then people complained about the curve display, then they went back to flat displays. But that's not innovation to me. That doesn't scream upgrades, that doesn't scream innovation. That's going backwards. You're supposed to be moving up but not going backwards. But like I said, there's still only so much you can do when it comes to a smartphone and foldable at that. So we'll see see what the prices are because pretty much we already know what the device looks like. And that's kind of sad that a lot of stuff get leaked early. You can't be excited really about stuff because you pretty much already know what it looks like, unless you're just someone that don't pay attention to any of that. So if you don't pay attention to any of that stuff, then you will be surprised. But we pretty much know the chipset, so on and so on, And of course, they're probably gonna come out and talk about AI too much. And that's another reason why I don't care to watch the events, because they talk about AI way, way too much. AI is cool, but come on now, we're here to watch you unveil and show devices, not talk about AI. You can talk about AI a different day. But like I said, I'm still excited whether I get my hands on it or not. I'm a tech person, so whether I'm buying it or not, I'm excited, and I'm excited for whoever can get their hands on it. And I will be ready to see whoever's videos they have. I didn't get a dummy unit this year or any cases, so I don't think I will be showing anything of the device unless I get it myself, or unless a company reaches out to me and want to send me a dummy unit and some cases. I'm just eager to see what the Passport Fold looks like, because this will be Samsung's first time making one. I already know what this is going to look like because I already know what the Ultra is going to look like because I have the Z Fold 7. But I have never seen a passport device from Samsung. So I will catch you in the next live. I'm going to cut this short, and I'll catch you later. I'm out.